did get rain, and we also had a little bit of light snow. I would be really surprised if there was anything that was left on the ground. But here's that estimated snowfall. Again, mainly that 1, potentially 3 inches where you have just a touch of elevation for us here. Nashville, 0.4 of an inch, first measurable November snow since 2014. You're going to be hard pressed, though. It's definitely not going to be on the streets. And even look at this, some of that wintry precip down into places like Texas. It is rain for us throughout much of the deep south. A lot of spots where you see, like Austin, 32 and some light snow. It's all very light. It's not really going to stick to the ground here, but you have to watch out for some icing. There are some slippery roads for us here. We actually had a road closure on I-10 due to the icing, an overturned tractor trailer at mile marker 515. That's the worst. When you've got the ice, that is the absolute worst. Now let's take you to that rain, that heavy rain, and what this isn't showing you, the winds. And I'm telling you, it is blowing out there. The street signs are, whipping back and forth. Nice southerly flow. I want you to notice this. Look at this warm air. 46 in Atlanta, all the way up to Asheville. Notice our wind barbs, these white lines. That's our wind direction. That's from the south. Here's our front. Look at the wind direction here, out of the north. And it's really dry as well behind this system. So you've got that dry air, you've got that cold air. I mean, look at Atlanta versus Nashville. We are hitting our high right now ahead of this front. Atlanta, Montgomery, your temperatures are going to drop. So if you're dressing the kids, make sure they have a jacket for when they get home from school or when they're riding the bus home from school, because this is going to sweep on through and temperatures are just going to keep dropping and dropping and dropping. The actual temperature drops. And then with that dry air in place, it really just adds insult to injury. Again, we're going to have 1 to 3 inches here of snow into those higher elevations. Jim, and I think not only because of the snow, the visibility, all of that sort of stuff, but the wind associated with this. We have a huge high pressure, 1,040 at least millibar high pressure that's pushing in behind this front. And because they're in close proximity, that's going to cause a lot of wind issues. So here's a look at some of our storm reports, and we are going to see that heaviest snow, continue to push east. Albany getting in on some good snow right now. Ahead of it's all rain. You might see a little snow mix in on the backside of the system. Baltimore and D.C., it's going to be rain for you. And as we go a little bit farther north, look at Albany's getting a little sleet mixing in right now, and eventually some snow too. So again, here are your highs. This is like my favorite part of the day. Okay, that's not working. But look at our highs here along the I-95 corridor. All right, you want to try to make it? No, I'm just. I don't know if you have the magic touch. I think we're locked up. Yep. But notice 55 versus 21, 53 versus 28. These are your highs for the day, essentially at 6, 7 a.m. That is all going to be dropping. Look, our temperatures are going to be dropping through the entire day. So I can't stress enough that you will be needing the winter gear on your way home from work. In a lot of these places, look, by 3, 4, 5 o'clock, you're dropping down into the 37 o'clock. A lot of people leave home from work, 32 degrees in New York. So you will definitely feel that difference, a 20-degree drop in just a matter of 12 hours. So here is that snow, again, not loads of it, but you will see some novelty snow mixing in with those raindrops. And as we look at our average first measurable snow, listen, we're in the range, okay, of when we typically see that snow for us here. And quick look, Kelly, at Pittsburgh, a little bit of snow, but I don't think we're going to have too many issues here on the roads or anything like that.
The wind plus the cold, though, means lake effect snow, right? So
all right, let's take you now to talk about our weekend coastal system. That, by the way, is going to affect you along the Gulf Coast and then the southeast coast. I think we could see actually some pretty significant erosion along the North Carolina shore, South Carolina, even Virginia. So this right here, do you see a little bit of a counterclockwise spin? Can you see that right there? That is an upper level low that is actually going to combine with our dip in the jet stream. And this low actually really kind of takes over from this low. But regardless, what happens is we are going to see messy weather along I-10. And then once it goes offshore, we're going to have a nice tight pressure gradient. And that means the winds are just going to be pounding the coast. And so, yes, I do think we're going to see rain. But I think the wind, that erosion, that's going to be a major issue for us here as we head into really our Friday and Saturday. So if you're thinking about going to the beach this weekend, though I know there's usually not that many people at the beaches this weekend, keep that in mind. So Thursday is going to be an I-10 type of a thing. Then as we head into Friday, Georgia, Florida, into the Carolinas, sticks around through the whole day on Saturday, even lingering into our Sunday. So Charleston, unfortunately, not a great weekend. And what this doesn't even show you, are the winds and how that's going to be affecting you. So Saturday, right along the coastal areas is where you will see it the most, and Sunday still kind of lingering around and moving a little north. Kelly, spots along the Great Lakes are getting pounded, not only by Caleb, but now they're getting the lake effect snow behind this stuff.
Yeah, whiteout conditions arriving in Michigan.
Hear us.
But we can see it snowing there.
Yes, but
heavier.
Much heavier. So he moved about 8 miles east of where he was when he was reporting last hour, which was in Bangor, Michigan. And so what he did is he wanted to get right in the heart and the meat of that band.
Actually, why don't you pop up a radar while we're waiting for Mike to get back, guys, and we can
south. So let's show to you what's happening here into the south. Again, the Appalachians starting to get onto the east side of the Appalachians. Otherwise, it's rain and cold and temperatures dropping significantly. For instance, Atlanta starting out in the 50s. 2, 3, 4 in the morning, now down into the 30s. One of those spots also feeling the chill, that is Knoxville, Tennessee. That's where Tevin Wooten has been live throughout the morning hours. And Tevin, have you been able to feel that wind shift as well, or how have the winds been? Because it's pretty windy when the front's coming through. Has it calmed down?